We're back at it again.
Hi.
And again, I'm attempting to find out what angle to hold the tripod at to include both of our faces. So, addiction, mental health, these are things that are key. I'm gonna put this down. That have been key in our spiritual journey. Would you say so?
Yes.
And they may go hand in hand. And what we wanted to come at y'all today with that we felt would bring the most value is our biggest insight as of lately to how to handle this. You know, what's the one thing, the one key? Everyone always looks for the one thing, right? The one thing that'll fix me. So knowing that no such thing exists, that it's all about a path, a nuanced journey. If we could give you one thing, or maybe even a series of things that tie into one grand idea, this is what we're gonna come at you with today. I told Jonay she could look over some of her notes, excuse me, as I talked on my point here, diving straight into it. The biggest thing I find, the biggest revolution I've had is, how about you hold this? Let's see how that works. All right. It's like I'm in the passenger seat now.
Yep.
Okay. The biggest revolution I've had is observing the sensations on the body. This happened after a second Vipassana where I guess things clicked for me, along with finding out I was gonna have a child. But things clicked for me, whereas, oh yeah, anything and everything starts with a sensation on the body. And if I, as the conscious observer, you know, you hear in many Hindu texts, Buddhist texts of you are the observer, you are the observer, you are the observer. The body's not you, the body's not you. Okay, I know this intellectually. We've all heard this intellectually. Haven't you heard that before?
Yes.
We are the observer. But it's nothing if you know it intellectually, but you still act like you're a body, just doing body stuff. So for me to know this and have trouble, like I knew all that before, but still struggle with addiction, still struggle with this, that. And I'm not saying I'm completely over those things, but after this Vipassana, it's clear to me. I feel more sensations on my body, especially in my hands and in my feet. Two very easy access points for it, to feel the sensations. More mindful of the respiration. And albeit things still do get to me, it's a lot more lighter. It takes a lot less, it takes less to get over that. I don't know how to word it. Easy to get over.
Right, like when you're triggered, it's easier for you to get over it.
But on my next point, it may not be that easy for some people. So don't try it. Don't go to a free Vipassana thinking, yeah, this is gonna happen for me. But the biggest key, again, and I'll wrap up by saying, is even just sitting with yourself for 10 minutes, if we can observe the sensations wherever they might be, from head to toe to head, while remaining aware of what we're doing with a balanced mind. And the balanced mind is key, understanding that, practicing having a balanced mind. I really do think that would tackle, I would be even willing to say 80% of mental illness. You know, and we can argue about, you know, what percentage numbers all day. I don't think that's the most important thing. But I do think observing the sensations and not running from them, running from pain in the body. Like, what do we run from? We run to pain relievers, right? Let's say a bad accident happens. You get prescribed hydrocodone, oxycodone. You have to run away from the pain. So you take those, and now the cycle of misery starts. Imagine having to observe that sensation, right? It's going to take some pain. But the practice says that you can dissolve these things. You can dissolve the pain just by being the observer. And there will come a time, if you're devoted and consistent, that it will lead to liberation. But the art of that is not expecting it to happen the same day you started. And also running, you know, certain good sensations in the body is the other part of that. We cling to good sensations. We think of cannabis, or we think of alcohol, the warm feeling in the stomach after you take a shot or something. And we experience that sensation on the body first. And then we run and do it. And then we get the thought. And then we text our friends to go out for a drink. And then we roll a blunt. So this realization alone helps me lock in on these compulsions that are really sensations. I'm just reacting to what I feel in my body, and I'm not consciously aware of what's on my body. That is the biggest takeaway for me. I know I've harped on that for a while. If you wanted to spring off of that, I can keep on rambling though.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, because yeah, you can keep on going if you're on a roll.
Well, I was just gonna balance it out and come to a close by saying it's not easy at first. Don't expect it to be easy. Don't take my belief of, oh, this guy said it's not easy, so it's not gonna be easy for me. It might be very easy for you.
Yeah, could be.
You know, we've intellectualized a lot of spiritual knowledge the past 8 years. A lot of it's been head knowledge. And imagine, maybe this is you, where I know the stuff, I've read the books, Abraham Hicks, Bashar, Tony Robbins, you name them, Wayne Dyer, whatever. But why am I still suffering if I know that God, everything's one and we're all connected and everything's love? Right? Why am I still suffering on a daily basis? It's because there are still things that need to be purified in the system. Maybe it's a chiropractic adjustment, like literally. Like it's not just an emotional, mental thing. Like it's a physical adjustment you need. I got one. I feel really good. At least 60% better than what I was, right? So I talked about that in the other video. But this, again, has been, what do we feel like is the one thing that we feel is our biggest takeaway? What has helped us the most with mental health? And if there's anyone who would know about mental health, it is the one beside me. And so I'm truly curious to hear her takeaway, what she got. And again, I can hold that while you hold your phone.
It's kind of challenging for me because I thought I didn't know we were talking about our biggest takeaway from Vipassana.
My biggest takeaway with mental health is the technique from Vipassana.
Right, okay. And your connection with like Vipassana helping to alleviate like any illness or whatever belief of illness. Okay.
Yeah, observing the sensations and allowing the mental purification to take place.
Right.
It resonates a lot.
Yeah.
And I feel like I feel it. Like I experience it. My interactions with people are a lot cleaner. I can kind of just play whatever role I need to cause as less friction as possible to the person and provide a pleasant experience.
Okay.
Be less of an asshole.
Yeah.
Earlier was hard. We went to her psychiatrist.
Yeah.
And it was a very impersonal experience. And this is a free program, free service, right?
Yeah.
So we go to the place. This is my first time going with her behind the door. We wait in a waiting room, and we were escorted. No, not really. No one says, "How are you doing? How was your day?" or anything. The lady walks very quickly. Did she walk fast?
Yeah, she was walking pretty fast.
Like unusually.
Like, okay, get me.
Like you have to use the bathroom or something.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Because we're following her to the room. We don't know which room we're going to. So.
Right. As though she didn't want us looking around for too long or something. Very impersonal. And so we're led to a room. First, it was a room with her. At her desk, the assistant's room, which the assistant was there in person, but it's a little hard to remain aware in a quantum is because when we saw the psychiatrist, it was a room, an empty room, and you have her awards on the wall, you know, Best Doctor of 2017, this award, that award. But then here she is on an iPad, just a tablet on the desk, no chair. And it's just two chairs and us and with the psychiatrist on a tablet. We can't experience the energy of the person.
Right.
It's just a screen, and we have to wait for them to do their thing on their digital part. Yeah, on top of that, I mean, you want to talk about some of the stuff that she was bringing through that stood out to you?
Well, yeah, like the first thing she said when I told her that I was pregnant, she was like, I was worried that this would happen. And it's like, why? Why are you worried about bringing life into the world? Like, it's something that's so natural and so normal.
Yeah.
And shouldn't be like, what, like I shouldn't do it because I've been diagnosed with bipolar disorder? Like, that's kind of how it came off to me, like, her saying that.
Very unprofessional at that.
Yeah.
If you want to just not even talk about the belief behind that, I don't really think a doctor, let alone a psychiatrist, the integrity of what a psychiatrist holds.
Yeah.
You're not a psychologist, right? You're a psychiatrist, which in my mind is a little bit above a psychologist, what I've been taught, right? But you're over here saying, oh, I feared this, you know, bringing a new life into this. You're practically saying, oh man, I'm so sorry. I didn't want this to happen.
Yeah.
So that was, that stood out to you?
Yeah.
Another thing that stood out to me with that, and this is again, I was actively feeling the sensations as I was experiencing this, a lot of heat in the head, kind of a painful feeling in my solar plexus, but I was just observing it. I think it was anger, irritation. When she asked about the weed usage, she kept on hammering on that, and she brought up the idea of child protective services coming in. At that point, I was like, a lot of alarm bells started going off, because I'm like, whoa. And she really insisted. She's like, oh, you're pregnant? Oh, have you seen a doctor? You really need to go see an OBGYN. Why haven't you seen an OBGYN? She's like, oh, I don't want to do that. And she'd be like, oh, okay. What about this? Have you done that? This question, that question. And it's not even personal. It's about these hard facts that she wants. And then she says, okay, well, we'll schedule an appointment for an OBGYN. You just said you didn't want that.
Yeah.
Is that how you experienced it?
Yeah. And, well, she didn't. I don't remember her saying that she was going to schedule an appointment for an OBGYN.
Perhaps she was suggesting you to.
Yeah. And, yeah, I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Even after you said no.
Yeah.
And the lady had nothing on her appearance, and I'm sure she's done great work as a doctor. But under her eyes are just these dark circles, Indian woman. And the beautiful thing about this, although it was a very odd experience, and she kept on saying, don't be scared, don't be scared, don't be scared, don't be scared.
Like, I'm not scared.
Don't be scared of us, don't be scared of us. After she said CPS, and the vibe got odd for me. I was trying to hold space. I was like, you see, after saying CPS, you go on to ask more questions as if and you say you're not proud of the pregnancy. It's almost she's not seeing the trail of energy that she's leaving as she's going on. But the one beautiful thing about it, she lowered her dosage.
Yes.
And that was one thing I'm like,
she did indeed.
You know, something in her. And I told her after thinking about it, I'm like, she said she didn't want this to happen. So maybe you getting pregnant is a blessing, because she actually, I guess I got to lower the dosage because she's pregnant.
Yeah.
I think that's what it could be, but that's all theory.
It could be.
Right.
Because, like, whenever I was doing some research, it was saying that some psychiatrists will lower the dose when you're pregnant. Either change it or lower it. Or...
Okay, I don't remember you telling me that.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
really
think
cool.
I did. So.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And that was my main thing, is wanting her to get off that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's why I went back there. Pretty much. I'm like, all right, let's see what's up with these people. And all of the two people we saw, very, very impersonal, face buried in the computer, asking question after question, typing on the keyboard very loudly. And all in all, it was just a very, again, impersonal. It's like, I'm here to do my job, put this in, and get you out of here.
Yeah.
However, what is the practice that I feel, and the vibe there is not the best. So it's a great experience to do a great opportunity to do some work of what I've been preaching, right? So let me know what you had for, what do you think your biggest insight would be regarding this mental health subject? What's helped you the most? Maybe you could tell a little bit about your experience with it.
I don't know that I haven't figured anything out. I haven't had a big insight or a big thing that's helped me through my mental health journey.
You've seen a lot of improvement.
Yeah, I have. And I think that's, I don't know, that's due to like changing medications and like,
Okay.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't really know what baseline me is anymore. Like, I know what I'm like on medication, and I kind of remember what I'm like during mania, but I don't really remember what I'm like before I ever had a diagnosis or like was on medication. So that's something that like I kind of struggled with or whatever. And I don't know, I think maybe just like surrounding myself with good people has like been helpful, like having you in my life.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Esther's a good person who can like relate to me, because she also has mania. But yeah, I'm sorry, I thought we were talking about like the connect between spirituality and mental health. So that's like what my notes kind of have in them.
And you can talk about those as well. Look through them, give them a look. But what stands out to me on a very practical level is it balances out. Because I think Vipassana for me is very practical, right? It's not relying on any of these higher dimensional beings to come in and save you, religious figure, saintly figure. It's just feel the sensations in the body. But what she did, what you did, somehow you took it even more practical and you said, well, yeah, mental health, just have you tried changing medications?
Yeah.
That might be a good choice.
Yeah.
And so you don't mind me sharing like the medication type?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And
so yeah, I can share.
Yeah.
So I was on lithium at first. And yeah, that was really horrible. I was like a zombie.
I can put in video. Remember, I took a video at that time.
Yes, you did. Yeah, that was absolutely horrible.
Do you know, if you're open to say, do you know what medication it is that you're taking?
Lithium.
When I think lithium, I think of the song by Nirvana.
Yeah.
How true does that song ring?
I don't know, because he's saying, I'm so happy because I finally found my friend. And I think maybe at first I felt like that. Like one of the times that I went to the hospital, at first I felt like that. But now I don't feel like that. So I don't feel like I have a friend in lithium. I feel like it's bringing me down. And then I was on Abilify and lithium at the same time, and that felt a little bit better. And then I got rid of the lithium and I stayed on Abilify, but I think I upped it or something. Like I was on 10 and then I went to 12 whenever was it? Did I up it? I don't know. I think maybe it was always 12. Anyways, it was 12 milligrams, and then I went down to 10, and now I'm going down to 5.
Yeah.
So.
I remember the 12, 10, 5.
Yeah.
And I do remember the lithium, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting seeing you in that state, as I've said many times before.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was a reflection, I think, largely of my lack of integration too. Like, she's diagnosed with bipolar 1.
Mm-hmm.
They put numbers on these things nowadays.
Yes.
But in reality, I'm probably the one who experiences more of a temper. Wouldn't you say so?
Mm-hmm. Like you're experiencing me have a temper?
No, I experience myself and have more of a temper than you.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Like a short fuse.
Right.
Something can happen. You can start to see it build.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
She'll look at me and then see it build, and I just don't want to be looked at. I'm just
yeah.
Like, but so it's interesting. She's diagnosed with that, but I have more of a temper, like a bipolar, person would. So it's like, what is this really? It's a hologram. It's a hologram thing based on our own beliefs. Everything we've learned, everything you've probably heard spiritually. The thing for me, and the thing, I think what can happen is we can intellectualize a lot of this and not no one tells us what to do. We watch so many YouTube videos with all this great golden knowledge. Make sure I'm pointing this the right way. But no one tells us, hey, stop watching videos and integrate. And also, here's how to integrate. What is integration? Let me break it down for you. There are a few ways you can do this. Go learn some for yourself, but here are a few places to start. When you don't integrate, I think that can lead to certain mental illnesses. I'm not saying that happened to her. I think, and I can speak from experience. It's definitely been hellacious on some occasions with myself, dealing with certain addictions and cravings, knowing that I don't have to suffer, and knowing that something will cause me suffering, but still choosing to do that thing, to me is insanity. And imagine still doing that and reading a spiritual text that says, if you do this behavior, this is insanity. Imagine that, right? Okay, logically I know that's insanity.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I doing that? Why do I go back and do it? And then it's, there's probably the guilty pleasure of knowing it's something that's you shouldn't do. I grab a cookie out of the cookie jar when I shouldn't have, but there's, I got away with it. And there's the thing of transgressions, it's what it's called. Getting high off of transgressions. Committing a transgression. Oh, I shouldn't have done this. Maybe no one will ever know, but it's a high because it's a reward. Something done in secrecy. And from my understanding, that is a big part of what can lead to addiction. And so let's annihilate these at the root, as the teacher says. And Jonay says it's not that deep.
You know what?
But I think it can be if you want it to be.
I never said that wasn't that deep. It was something specific, but whatever.
She said it wasn't.
You fucking brought that up in the video.
It's irrelevant. It's lightens the mood. It lightens the mood. And I think because she had said it once, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, I'm this Scorpio. I identify with the deep aspects of life, seeing the truth at the root level.
Yeah.
Because what's the point in having it's like this plant's ugly. Well, you should really see what's going on at the roots. What soil did you grow it in? Did you water it? You know, you got to give it the right shit. So I think I got a little bit bugged when she said it's not that deep. So now I'm kind of like, I'm not letting that go. I'm like, okay, it's not that deep. Okay. And so everything I'll like point out,
literally,
oh yeah.
Oh, but it's not that deep.
It's not that deep, right? Yeah. And so I'm actively poking at her and seeing her triggers come up and seeing the sankaras. But no, it's all from a loving place. And it's not ever like I'm wielding that as a weapon. At least that's not my intention. Whereas before it has been. You know, if you want to go there. Wielding the words as a weapon. So yeah, I'm sorry you thought it was something different, but I love how these conversations can go. I enjoy talking about things like this, and if feeling the sensation, sometimes you're on lithium. Imagine telling someone on lithium, feel the sensations, bro. Just do it.
Oh my God, yeah. If you were to tell me some shit like that, I would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, leave me alone. Let me just lay down.
Right.
And just go lay down.
You know what? I think I'm just tired.
Yeah.
So we think we find the ultimate truth, the Holy Grail, but it doesn't apply to someone at a certain level of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So I pray that these two pieces applies to you in some way. Me holding it down for don't learn more knowledge, just learn to sit with yourself. I'm like, out of irritation, I've said before, I'm like, excuse me. I'm like, I think all people with addictions just need to be locked in a room for 7 days, no food, no water, dark room. And of course, talk about using words to hurt. You know, that's kind of a little painful. There's a little bit of irritation behind that. But this is the closest thing I've found to it. And the reason I say that is we're able to be without, and we're able to have less. But sometimes, again, that's not enough. I mean, you put someone in heroin on a room in like that situation, coming off the needle, they might die. If they don't get what they need. They put themselves in such a bad defilement, such bad misery. So sometimes medication is what's necessary. If you're on promethazine with codeine, I'm not gonna scream at you and tell you to wake up. If you've taken a massive dose, you gotta let the medicine. It's not where you are, right? You gotta let it wear off, and then maybe greet you with the idea of gradually weaning it off, gradually, gently. Unless your style is going out, going big or going home, but in some cases, it's not appropriate. Not appropriate. I think Jonay is complete.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you for witnessing us on this journey, for hearing our stories, and for hearing our insights. I pray all of you receive peace and love from our hearts and our minds to yours. Hopefully that means something to you, and it's not just me jabbering, me yapping, as the kids say nowadays. So, peace and love. We'll see you in the next one.